we are now officially into, and maybe you were already there. I know we've kind of like flirted with the idea of being there. We're there now. It's scoreboard watching season if you're a Phoenix Suns fan. It is time to pay attention to not only what you're doing, but what teams around you are doing, because the fight just to get to a play-in tournament, it's very, very real for the Phoenix Suns. They're gonna need to play a lot better. They're going to need to play with a lot more effort, with a lot more intensity, with a lot more intentionality. And quite frankly, they're going to need some help from some teams around them, right? They're going to need some teams. Maybe the Mavericks
control their own destiny.
Maybe the Mavericks slip a little bit because they, all the guys that are injured. Maybe the Spurs with the news today about Wemby being out for the rest of the season.
I think the Mavs are getting PJ Washington back.
Oh, are they?
He's been out a little bit. I think they're getting him back.
Okay.
But still without their centers. No Derek Lively, no Gafford, no Anthony Davis. So they're without that. But there's no question. Like I looked at that Laker game last night. Now, I don't think the Lakers are catchable.
Nope.
Because I think, with the Lakers, 7-game difference in the standing with 27 to play, 28 to play. I don't think the Lakers are catchable. But you are going to look at every team below the Lakers, from the Clippers, Timberwolves, Mavericks, Kings, Warriors, and then even the Spurs, and say, can these teams, can you pass these teams? Can you avoid being passed by San Antonio? And can you pass the other teams ahead of you?
Our own Kellen Olson from Arizona Sports at Night with Kellen and Mitch, and of course our main Suns guru at ArizonaSports.com, presented by Y-Refi, did a story a day ago about how the West is trending. And I'm just going to go over these in general, and you tell me if you agree, disagree with the general direction.
Yeah.
Assuming OKC, Memphis, and Denver don't have a thing to worry about, and there's no reason to think that they do.
No.
He's got the Rockets trending down. They got off to a 32-14 start, but they've slumped since then. I think they've lost injuries. 7 of their last 9.
Fred VanVleet has been out. Jabari Smith Jr. has been out. Those are 2 key players. They get those guys back, they'll be just fine.
Lakers, he had trending up. This was before they lost to the Hornets last night and before LeBron was revealed for the clutch player that he's not, but he had the Lakers trending up.
You take Anthony Davis out of that lineup, you put Luka Doncic in. By the way, Luka's been terrible. He had a worst first half, maybe one of the worst first halves of his entire career last night. He was so bad. It's the thing with the Lakers is, it's going to take 10 games before they figure out how to play together.
Totally agree.
It's going to take 10 games for them to figure out how to play with him.
Yeah, I might have them more as even, or maybe even down a little bit. And I know it's easy for me to say that now because they've lost, and Kellen didn't have that benefit when he wrote this. But it's 1 and 2 since they got Luka, and I think it's going to take some work to kind of figure out how that's going to work. He's got the Clippers is trending up. And he thinks the Ben Simmons addition will be low-key kind of nice for them because he fits in. Norman Powell has had a heck of a year. Zubac has had a heck of a year. They've played very surprisingly well, I think, in the West.
Ben Simmons, in the win that they had over the Jazz the other day, was terrific. 27 minutes played, 4 to 5 from the field. He had 12 points. He had 7 rebounds. He had 6 assists. He had 3 steals. He had a block. He's 6'10", like he's big. So Ben Simmons from the guard spot gives them a big guy who could defend and he could score. So I think that was a good addition for them getting Ben Simmons.
T-Wolves level, hard to tell whether they're trending up or trending down right now.
There's so much talent on that team. So for them not to be better than they are right now is a little surprising to me.
Mavs down. Not sustainable without AD, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively, that eventually it's just going to catch up to them.
I thought that too. So, but Jason Kidd, J. Kidd is a really good coach,
yes,
good coach. And if you look at the Mavericks, like they won 2 games before the break. When you look at them, you're saying, how the hell did they win those games?
Yeah.
And they found a way to win.
4 of their last 5. Sacramento Kings, I like how Kellen wrote this. You tell me. They still have the star power in Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Domantas Sabonis. There's a lot of talent there. How it all fits, I don't know, but that one's I would agree with him. Sacramento's very tough to read. You would think on paper that subbing out De'Aaron Fox and subbing in Zach LaVine would be a net minus for them. There's still a lot of talent on that team. Malik Monk is still a good player. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot there to like on Sacramento. I just don't know if it's going to gel in time.
They've got a couple games left against Charlotte. They've got a couple games against, I think Portland. They've got a Utah game. So I don't think that they have one of the tougher schedules, but they had won 3 out of 4 going into the break, and they come back out and they got Golden State, in their first game. And that'll be a big. So somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose.
Speaking of Golden State, he's got them as trending up 3-1 since they acquired Jimmy Butler.
I'm going to agree with that. Draymond Green said that they're going to win the championship now. He did. Draymond Green.
Draymond
They're going to
Green.
win the championship.
I don't think there's anything more he loves in this world than the sound of his own voice. My God, he just... All right, Draymond, we'll see about that. Suns trending down the way they've played.
Yeah.
Spurs trending down. And that was before the Wemby injury, but I think now with the Wemby being out for the year, I think we can safely say they're trending down.
And I don't think we worry about anybody else. The Suns' biggest challenges are the 4 teams ahead of them, not any of the teams below them. Not Portland, not San Antonio. I'm not really worried about those teams, especially with Wembanyama being out now. I think it's the 4 teams that are ahead of them. You got to pass one. I'm
looking. Okay, so you got me thinking. All right, remaining schedule strength. You ready?
Okay.
The Lakers and the Suns are tied for the toughest schedules remaining in the NBA from here on out.
Okay.
In terms of winning percentage against. Sacramento is number 3.
Ooh, okay. I saw some Charlotte games in Portland and Utah. Okay.
Yeah, they still have OKC, Cleveland twice, Boston once, the Knicks, Memphis, Denver twice. Memphis, we're not too worried about them. But
look at the 4 teams in the play-in.
Okay.
The 4 play-in teams, because you got to pass one.
Sacramento is 3rd.
Sacramento's 3rd.
Okay.
Give me Minnesota.
Give me a minute. Minnesota is 26.
Okay, they've got an easy schedule.
Golden State is 22nd.
Oh, Mavs.
Who's the other one?
Mavs.
Dallas Mavericks are, where are you, 20th?
Okay, so 3 of these teams
are in the bottom third.
3
of these teams are in the bottom
have
third.
Easier schedules.
Dallas has the 20th toughest schedule. Golden State has the 22nd toughest schedule. Minnesota has the 26th toughest schedule.
It might be Sacramento you got to pass.
Only Sacramento. So that's the one you got to look at. And San Antonio has, again, with knowing Wemby's out, they have the 11th toughest schedule remaining. So the Suns, I mean, you talk about what's important for the Suns. First of all, it's taking care of their own business against the toughest schedule, one of the toughest schedules in the NBA. But I think you're right. If there's help to be had, it might come from Sacramento because their schedule is pretty tough as well. I know this. Kellen pointed out in the same story, and he pointed this out with us when he was on yesterday as well. The Basketball Reference, through its simulations, and, it's math, so take it for what it's worth.
Run the simulator,
Kevin Pelton. Believes that it's going to take 42 wins for you to get to the 9th or the 10th seed in the NBA's Western Conference. That would require the Suns to go 16-12 against the toughest schedule remaining in the NBA. That's what's on the docket starting tonight.
I don't think it's impossible.
I don't think it is either. I don't think it's going to happen. But it's not impossible. I don't think it's going to happen because of the schedule, and just quite frankly, I don't believe in this basketball team.
Go 5-1 in the next 6.
Okay.
Then you've got to go 11 and 11. Then you've got to play 5. So if you go 5-1, you got to play 500 basketball against all the good teams. Okay. There's no more mush anymore.
I'll make you a promise. They go 5-1 in these next 6.
Yeah.
I'll feel a lot more optimistic about their chances. Like, I'll go, okay, you know what? They can do it. I see it now. I see the path. Right now, I just don't see it.
Yeah, they have to win these games.
They have to win 5 of the next 6.
Yeah, and Saturday and Sunday, by the way, they're going to play in Chicago on Saturday, and then they play Toronto the next day in Toronto.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.